with that strange dream nightmare over, you'll wake up to a pleasant morning of actual food and breakfast, and a non-mind controlled Lydia who presents tea and breakfast for all of your dietary needs. Muffins are provided.
I'm straight.
As well as morning ale for you, Siren, and various other things.
Actually, I know she's a dwarf, but she generally does prefer coffee.
Oh, okay, coffee. No, she would have learned that over the 3 months. So yes.
No, God no.
Oh god, Bavarian breakfast is amazing. It's just beer and sausage. It's so good.
That's probably just what Savant eats because he's most comfortable with it. He's like one muffin that morning, like so.
Okay,
And
yeah.
Aaron shows up an hour later as usual.
Yeah. And she takes a separate plate and puts it in the kitchen for Aaron when he wakes up.
You literally get late breakfast.
Yeah, he gets late breakfast.
He's gonna miss that service.
So, as you wait for Aaron, what do the rest of you do for the morning?
First thing I do is put in more wood in the furnace so we can actually have hot water. Other than that, he's just gonna hang around in his workshop, tinkering with stuff.
I will.
I'll talk about the dream. Okay, that's fine.
Well, I mean, we're waiting for Aaron, I think, to talk about that.
I'm not sure if he was conscious, but
He was dreaming inside the dream.
Well,
Okay. Well, sorry, you made it sound like we were waiting for Aaron before we discussed that. So
I don't know. Well, you can if you want to.
There's no point, guys. Spoiler alert.
I guess we'll talk about the dream then.
I would say, while eating and finishing, Aaron does come down, so things can happen.
It's weird when you wait an hour to have
Yeah.
the pot in.
Eventually, Aaron comes down and you can talk about things. Oh, there we
All right. Well, I mean, did everyone else have that weird dream last night?
Aye.
The guy you couldn't be killed, yes.
Good God, and he kept talking. Ugh.
Great.
Oh, okay.
It was very comforting that the sofa or the couch,
yeah.
Yeah.
your stool wasn't gone.
You are very lucky that you did not damage my chair. If I catch you shooting through people's chests into my chair again, I will, like, remove your head from your shoulders. Are we clear on that?
I will stand behind the chair and shoot him in the head next time.
No. Just not on my chair. Like, just, I don't want blood splatter on my chair. I don't want, like, holes in my chair. Like, there's a secret bond between a dragonborn and his favorite chair, and you do not come between that.
Alright, I understand. He takes out these notebooks, notes down. Dragonborn shares, very important. No touchy.
That's right. So it sounds like the magic lady that you were chasing down, Ithelmore, is something to do with this whole portals opening business. But it also sounds like the eruption is also something to do with that as well. So we've got a compass pointing in two different directions.
I should just maybe talk with the King's Guild.
Okay. Should we not talk with ourselves first, since that's
Well,
a couple of days of travel to get there? Or a day's travel, maybe half a day?
It's a day, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, question. Because I was at the Mirror Forge, could I return the cart to us?
Sure, you delivered the cart back.
Yes, we have a cart.
And I'd say you got back
Did you bring lag?
10 gold.
Did you bring Lag as well as the cat?
Lag wasn't ours.
We were gonna buy him. Okay, so we just have the cat, but not. Well, I guess Steve can pull it. Okay.
Yeah. Lost Steve with these.
Yeah.
You did have to pay 2 gold to cover his elite fee, but yeah.
10 gold in transport tax. So, yeah, we have the meta card.
Okay. But yeah, I mean, we should probably talk about it before we make a trip to meet with other people.
We do have the standing stone. It was more to see if they may have figured out. Didn't you spend time with them?
What?
The King's Guild.
Yeah.
What about it?
And how much do they know? They did also look into the books. I don't know if have they updated you?
I'm really sorry, Memza. I'm awfully confused as to what Seraphine is asking Saren right now.
A King's Guild, if that updated her on anything, because they were also looking into the book business.
Oh, the magic portal opening for business too.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Well, only as far I only get updates if they need my help with to send me off to see Ozma to help close things or take care of something that's come through. I don't necessarily get updates every time something happens with one. I can certainly probably put in a call to see if anything new is going on, but if we're going to journey to King's Arch, we might as well wait to get information then. But no, I don't have anything new as far as I know. Ambi?
That is pretty much correct.
Okay.
If we've because I would have been helping out with the rifts and stuff when as soon as I got back.
Right.
And that was since the eruption, right? Ambi?
The eruption was in the last month.
Yeah, so for the last month, the stuff's been going on. The eruption happened, and we've been doing stuff with rifts.
Yeah.
So we would have asked, at the very least, to know if the King's Guild is sending anyone, or if they're concerned in any way, or.
Oh, people are
Just
concerned.
it's not
That's why
related
you've
to
heard
that.
rumours about it. But the King's Guild is for Valin. It's not about the others.
They're not sending anyone. They're
No,
not interested.
the King's Guild is for King's Arch and the surrounding empire.
But they sent people to Griffin.
Because someone was missing.
Yeah, no, to help with the Tyke. There was the other team that went
there was.
with Valence.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they were to assist, but that was their own.
They have sent people to other continents. Is my point.
That was
So
their
it's
own
like-
choice. That wasn't the guild themselves sending them. They chose to go.
They chose to go.
Yeah.
Oh, you told us they were on a guild mission, so.
No.
Yeah, but
Just for the
question Seraphina is asking is more specifically about the books.
Oh,
Because
yeah, the very few people actually, especially the King's Guild, aren't dealing with the books. No. You know
It
of
was
several
more the,
people
stable,
specifically.
wasn't it, that was dealing with them?
Yeah. Basically, the brother and sister, Swanhild and Gareth. Actually, Gareth isn't. He's more. Swanhild definitely is, and obviously you know of the Ashen Table. But apart from that, very little.
I think I told her that's what the book, so I would have mentioned to the group that she knows we've dealt with the book, so she might be can call in to ask questions.
Okay.
Okay.
Logistically, are we at war or not?
With who?
With the Eastern campaign.
You have no idea.
Well, it would be very.
Especially you, Savant, you have no idea.
Well, I'm a guild member. Can't I hear like the word of the guild? Like, how does the trade work right now?
Trade with Griffin's fine.
Well, with Griffin, but how goes it the other way?
Okay,
Uh,
well, us in the King's Guild.
Yeah.
Do we know? If we're...
Well, again, rumors and speculation. As I said, you know about the Concord that has been severed, which has stopped a lot of trade and resource resource movement between the areas has pretty much ground to a stop. A lot of people you're hearing are using less legitimate means of obtaining things, which the guild is trying to put a stop to because it's unfortunately not a legitimate means. But war is not something that's apparent, but there is an unease.
Basically, there are currently just severed trading sites.
It's
Basically, they've been unfriended on Facebook.
yeah, it's the first block kind of have been thrown and it's rolling down the hill. Question is, how far is it gonna get?
Yeah, because if we're gonna go to Krond, this is probably the last time we're gonna be able to get a ship, Italy. Because when it's wartime, it's gonna be very hard to get a ship. Get somewhere.
You say that, but then you remember Griffin loves trading during wartime. Because what do they need? Minerals.
Yeah. Well. Okay,
yeah,
we can
it's
get.
not like
weapons.
we're chartering an entire ship for our own purposes. It's like we're hitching a ride on the ship that's already going.
Hitching a ride, yes.
So yeah.
Yeah, and also if we're gonna do it that way, we probably is the easiest way. We need to wait for when a Griffin nationality ship come into King's Arch and then go to Krond, which is a less likely to happen than us then needing to go to Griffin and then get a ship that go into Krond, which is such a hard way. So
Wait. Why can't we just get a boat to Grunt?
well, I'm saying if we wait any longer, when basically when there is like a steady blockade happening, if there become a war or anything like that, then the only neutral nation is the one who's going to have trade routes, basically.
Well, would Grunt not be neutral as well? Because it's only like Tetson and Berlin where the accord is broken, right?
No, 3. Krond is one of the 3.
Oh, Grunt is one of the 3. Oh, so it's the Tetson end that broke it, right? There's not any hostility between Berlin and Grunt.
It seemed Tetson had agreed with Krond to break up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because then it would still be a 2-party contract. Now it's not a 0-party contract.
Okay, yeah, well, yeah, but they just dissolved the agreement.
Yeah.
But is there animosity between Berlin and Grunt?
At this point, you're unsure. From King's Guild research of just talking to people, it is very up in the air. The same as Tetsan. Same thing. 0 word from any people that have gone there. Resources has become a minimum. Trading ships has dropped to pretty much nothing. They've increased their taxes for imports.
Great, we got tariffs.
It's not great.
Time to dump tea in the harbor.
It's like now trying to trade outside of Europe, basically.
Great.
At least it's almost free between Aram and Griffin.
Yes, because basically Griffin is Holland in this situation.
Yeah, Griffin is Holland. Dwarves are like, you want to sell stuff to us? Sweet. Money.
Okay.
So yes, that is where currently it stands, as you guys are talking over this during breakfast and the morning.
So we need to make a decision then. If we're going to Kron, we need to try to get a ship. faster before the situation gets worse. Or we decide to take care of these cultists, or whatever they are.
Generally, from what Marcus said, that it's aside from those two things, there is most likely other things going on too.
Aye, but we can't make a decision to do a thing that we don't know is going on. So at the minute we have
True.
two choices. Well, we have three choices. We have go one place, go the other place, or go no place.
Right. Frankly, we know we wouldn't be the only ones going after Dravina. I would feel better about going to Krond. Personally. Because at least we've Ithamore mentioned that Swanhild is on the same track down south near the desert where Dravina was seen, right? Or did I misunderstand?
Yeah, she was, but she wasn't hunting it, I don't think. She was doing other stuff.
Okay.
And
So just re-explain what's going on with Ithamore coming back and needing reinforcements. It's like he literally, because it sounds like he got back to get reinforcements, and then we just sat around and did nothing for a few weeks. So I'm a bit confused about why we didn't immediately go and do that.
It was only in the last couple of days that he returned.
But why did we not immediately do that as soon as he arrived asking for our help?
Because everyone else returned and you celebrated.
But that was earlier in the month.
Well, Savant's only been recently. Also in the last couple of days.
But it's a very different situation. That if the war shows up and says, "Oh right, there's a crisis in the desert, we need to go," we're not going to be like, "Oh,
it's an investigation, not a crisis." He's investigating the situation. There is no crisis.
But you said he came back for reinforcements. We're not
to assist in the
we're not
investigation.
gonna throw a party and not do anything. If he's come back with a quest, we would have gone.
I came back because me and the group I was with weren't quick to do a proper investigation, and then when we got back to King's Ark, they had to go back to the temple and do stuff there. They couldn't come with me.
So it was a group from your temple that got. Right.
But it is not an immediate threat. There's just a constant investigation of the situation.
Right. Okay. But because it sounded like you were on the trail of her.
Yeah, but I lost track of it. The trail was gone cold.
Right. Okay.
And I needed to come back to. If I was gonna keep investigating, I needed to get proper supplies for doing desert survival and crossing the desert.
Right. Okay.
He was only really prepared for going down towards Diveport, and mostly through Greenlands, not desert.
Okay. It's just earlier when you explained it made it sound like he'd come back and we just ignored his need.
No.
So.
Yeah, he was spending a long time doing investigation, and with the assistance of Swanhild, they've got a good surrounding of the area in terms of there's definitely something happening with Dravina in this desert area of the south of Berlin, but where, they're not sure. They haven't located it. And the desert is not a pleasant place.
Okay, well, Dravina is on Berlin. And if it's a threat on Berlin, that's King's Guild territory.
yeah,
Whatever's happening on Krond, we don't know that anyone is looking into that. So we can we can kind of trust in that the King's Guild may have people that can deal with Dravina, but no, we can't be confident that anyone is going to look into what's happening on Krond. So from that perspective, if we're going to do something, that's the one with the greater need for our attention.
and
Yes, and also Dravina has probably gone into hiding, whereas what's
Well,
happening on Cron
because
is
in the
happening
dream,
now.
didn't Marcus say that she was up to something?
He did say various things.
And as a thought, we might have an easier time getting to Kron because we are what's the word?
Awesome.
You mean we're gonna have an easier time than the King's Guild would?
We are an independent.
Yeah,
group.
yeah. Well, I mean, the King's Guild isn't even interested, is the thing. So,
You haven't asked him.
like, well, I mean, no, but I asked earlier if.
Well, you've
I
heard,
basically,
yeah.
You basically like said the King's Guild isn't interested.
Yeah, because
Like
it's
that
out of
was
your
literally what you said.
Yeah.
So.
Actually, sorry, yeah. The King's Guild is not interested. Sorry.
Yeah, exactly. So if there's a problem on Valin, there is the King's Guild to solve it. Whereas if there's a problem on Krond, we have no idea if there's anyone there to solve it or not. So if we're gonna go anywhere, there seems to be the place that is more in need of us. But either way, I'm going to Krond. I have to go to Krond. So
That settles it then, right?
I have a mission of sorts that concerns happenings in the east and a plume of smoke that's visible across oceans. Seems like too important a signpost for me to ignore. I have to find out what it is.
I will go with you.
I will certainly go with you. It sounds like a good adventure.
You should probably all be aware before you commit to anything. There may be dragons.
Even better.
Not necessarily dragons that we can kill.
Slightly more problematic. Still.
No, I mean, like, we might not be going there to kill dragons. There may just be dragons there.
And we also had worry of there being a potential very big rift.
There's potentially a rift. There's potentially a volcanic eruption causing problems. But there's also a temple of my order there, which may or may not have information that can help you with your Pyrock situation. And if there's a rift to the fire plane, there's a chance that we can do stuff there and secure ourselves an extra planar ally to help us in this situation.
Plus, there is fire guardians there that I want to investigate. To see if they're on the friendly side or on the bad side.
Serafina, do you think your brother might be able to help us get a ship to Krond?
He is mostly now traveling between Aram and Griffin with the
I-
trading.
I know that that's where he's traveling, but so he doesn't come into King's Arch anymore. No.
From what I heard, question to the
You're unsure at this point. As everything's become irregular, it's possible, but
All right.
yeah, it's mostly from what you've heard, Aram and Griffin.
Well, we need to get to King's. Well, I need to get to King's Arch and find a ship. And if anyone's coming with me, that's where I'm going.
there is I don't know what remember what the city name is, but Ambi told me going north, there is possible to catch a ship from there to Cront, but I don't know how far north. To Kingskill. Only Ambi can answer that.
Yeah, like what town are we talking about?
The city up north.
Yeah, you mentioned 2 ways to get to Cront. There was King's
There is a
Arch
port,
and-
yes. Up north. If I jump to the other map, I can find out. It is. There it is. It's a small port town just north of Snowreach, across the coast, along the coast.
Yeah, well,
How
further
far away
away
is that?
than King's Arch, I guess.
Well, you're in North Hell. You would have to go. Northreach is 2 towns away, and then it's another town, so 3 towns. So roughly just over 2 days.
It's faster to get to King's Arch.
Yeah, King's Arch is faster, but it's whether or not there'll be a ship going there.
Yeah, that's the thing. There's also, if we go the other way, there is a smaller risk because it's a smaller harbor. There's less ships there. Like it's hard to decide.
Well, there may be less ships, but the only place they'll be going is Cront,
Yeah,
probably,
like-
because it's closer.
It was then out of game.
Yeah.
Coming.
You don't really know much about it. It's none of you have really gone that far north. You've gone to Snowreach, but yeah, anything northern than that is unknown territory, really.
I could maybe make a request with guilds for a requisition ship going that way. To look if there are any like storage ships or anything we can jump on up to.
Well, we're more likely to have some sway in King's Arch than anywhere else, so
And it's closer.
And it's closer. So we're going into looking into things first then.
you've not said anything, Aaron.
Aaron on the inside has no intent, need to travel anywhere right now. He's just listening. Yeah, let's go to run.
Alright.
Do we still have guests?
The only guess you have is Kaylee, and Kaylee has left for her daily work.
Yeah, you,
Well, Kaylee's technically not a guest because she has her own room.
Oh, she does have her own room, true.
Kayla technically lives there.
Yeah, she technically lives there. She's a permanent resident receptionist for Aaron.
She also works in town and is very famous in town.
Yeah, she is famous in town. She is the town's sunshine.
She's a resident cleric.
Have we spent any time in the nearest tavern?
Oh yeah, definitely. Like, Seren's a regular, I am pretty sure.
Okay. Ulan would try and make friends with like literally everyone in the tavern.
Oh yeah, easily. Easily. You're a Dragonborn, which is automatic interest. Yeah, easy.
Yeah.
And you gave work to the owner's daughter, so perfect.
Question, Jace.
Yes.
How many months did we forward pay Lydia for?
I think 2.
Yeah, we paid 2 months because we thought it was going to be a 2-month time skip. So technically, yeah, we do need to pay her for like this latest month. But
Yeah.
that would have. I got back when that was due. So
Yeah, so you can do that.
how much was it again?
I don't remember.
We can look it up.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's in D&D.
I might have written it down on the thing. Yeah, Lydia, 1 gold per week,
There you go.
and we're currently a month ahead. So
Oh.
actually, we have paid it for 3 months. We paid for 2 months and then a month ahead.
Oh, perfect. There again.
So
Basically lay up a month ahead again.
We'll pay another month. So a month is 30 days, and it's one gold. Well, it's 4 weeks, right? A month.
Yeah.
In this
Yes.
thing, yeah. So we're 4 gold. Wow.
And I am 2 months ahead on my guild membership, so I'm fine with that. So.
And
Shouldn't it maybe be 2 months? Because we actually don't have any idea how long it's gonna take. Because here we also
Yeah,
gonna
I
deal
mean,
with the
yeah,
fire
okay.
plane.
so we're currently 2 months ahead. We need to pay for Steve as well.
Oh yeah.
So that was 1 silver per week. So for 2 months, that's 8 silver.
8 silver.
And we didn't worry about foods and stuff because everyone was fending for themselves for the last month.
Pretty much.
So, and we don't need to worry about feeding ourselves while we're away.
Because you guys have so many rations.
Well, we can get food while we're away. We
And
don't
you're-
need to, like,
yeah,
we
you-
don't
Also,
need to take test
we also have a Reddit cook now.
This is true.
You still have to
We will
buy the
update
food, but
muffins.
I actually still got some rations on me.
I have so many rations. Hang on, let me just check. We have 212 meals worth of rations.
that is so boring. It's like, oh my gosh.
But I
So what
also
we're having
have
for
the
dinner
ability
today?
from my,
Rations.
My background that I can find food for myself and 5 other people. I think. Or
Ah.
is it me that has that? I'm sure someone does.
Yeah, I think it's Outlander.
Is it which one am oh, I'm a hermit. Okay, yeah. So Outlander can find food for us. And we can supplement that with rations and stuff, so
I have for 3 days in my home bag.
I still have 18 flasks of oil on me. It's in case we need it.
a lot of oil.
However
Good
many
for cooking.
rations it was, how many days is it for?
What for, sorry?
The rations, how many days?
Well, the rations, we have 212 meals worth, and it's 3 meals a day, so it's that divided by 18. So we still have like more than 10 days worth. We have a ridiculous amount. Like we don't need to worry about it, and when we get to a point where we do need to worry about it, then we can buy more. So
We literally have more rations than the military gets out on patrols.
yes, yeah.
on a week's patrols. It's fine.
Well, at least Serafina would have a good guess to how long it's gonna take to run, and I think it's a week.
But we don't need to. If we're on a boat, we don't necessarily need to eat off our own rations.
Yeah, like
So that might be included in the fare, and we've certainly got more than enough rations to get there. We've probably got more than enough rations that we don't need to buy food until we get back.
Yeah.
We've got loads.
Also,
It was
we
just
have
as a
access
note.
to conjure spells right now that create food.
True.
Yeah.
also you have.
Oh yeah, I can can I do something for food? No, that's Goodberry, isn't it? Never mind.
You also have a ranger that can actually pick up a shit ton of food.
Exactly.
because-
Yeah. So yeah, we're not
because
hurting
natural
for food.
thrower.
If the environment allows it.
Lydia, would you accept payment in rations?
Wow.
Ulan's already given me the gold, so no. Although I will take compensants for the noise you've been making.
What noise?
Wait, what noise? What noise has he been making?
I must have had a nightmare.
He's
or
been making
something.
that noise. Okay.
What we have been building.
Yes, thank you, Serafina.
That was months ago.
Yeah.
Sure.
No, wait. What noise you on about?
You can ask him yourself. I have to clean up.
Lydia, you and I, we need to have a conversation later
What about, boss?
about noises and cleanup.
As she's literally taking dishes into the kitchen.
And the kind of conversation that involves me buying you a few drinks and you telling me everything that I want to know.
I don't work that way, but I can maybe if you double the wages.
But wait, what?
I'll let you
Wait,
think about it.
No, not that. That's not what I mean. I mean, I just like information.
Exactly.
Not,
Double
like,
the
not-
wages.
Not. Really? You'd like? I mean,
Ain't cheap.
I'll pay you a monthly wages to give me the gossip now. If you want, I can do that.
Alright.
All right. Wait, you and I were going for a walk.
You know I'm
Yeah.
right here, right?
I know, right? That's why we're going for a walk. Wait, did I say a month's wages? Oh well, yeah, I can do that.
So you give her 2 gold?
No, like 20,
Oh god.
but from my personal.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, I give her some money if she gives me the gossip. We'll
Alright,
go for
yeah.
a walk around the garden.
Okay, yeah. She gives you the down low that he has been definitely
Yeah.
No, she wouldn't. No, she wouldn't make other words of it. No. The raven-haired woman that's been coming around recently, he's definitely had an interest with, and they've been spending a lot of time in each other's rooms. She's gone back now, but
Noisy and requires cleanup.
no, the kitchen needs cleanup.
Oh, right, okay.
They can deal with their own messes themselves.
I was gonna say, I didn't realize we were
Oh,
paying you for that.
Ulan, I don't get paid for that.
I didn't. What? I mean, I only know what happens in my own room.
Which I don't even look into. So,
Exactly. I mean, so while we're just chatting and shooting the breeze and enjoying the fresh air and all of that business,
Are you single?
so Kaylee
Wow.
is quite popular in the town, right? She's
She just starts poking you. Yeah, I see.
why are you making A, that noise, and B, why the poking? Like, is this-
I didn't think about that one. Wow. All right. What do you want to know?
I'm not particularly subtle about it, but I mean, no, is she just like, is she seeing anyone? Is she like?
Do you want the truth or the half truth?
I would prefer the whole truth.
Well, she's definitely had offers,
Alright, okay.
but she's turned them all down.
Oh,
She instead kind of gave them therapy or something. Gave them meditation, and they came back smiling, saw the better of their ways or something. Crazy.
well, alright. Cool. Cool. Yeah, that's cool.
She's like some saint in disguise or something. She's weird.
She's special.
Special. I like that one. She's
but
a
not in the bad way.
she's a pure ball of light. That's what we say.
That she is. Yeah.
Doesn't even drink.
Really?
No, doesn't drink a thing. She has fruit juice, but that's about it. So,
Fruit juice, you see.
yeah.
Okay. Do you know like which one, or is it like?
I don't. I work in your.
I
work in your house
I'm
now.
sorry,
I don't
I'm
work in
sorry,
the pub.
sorry,
I'm
just, like, you just seem like such a wise and
all right. Now you're just
knowledgeable-
trying to bust me up.
No, I wouldn't. No. I would never rub butter on you or anything like that. That's weird. No, I don't know. No, never mind. Never mind. Forget I asked. That's fine. So,
Talking about strange ones.
how do you, I'm standing right here, you know.
Hmm?
I mean, okay. So how are you settling in? How's it been working here? Is everything fine? You know.
Apart from that, you've all been missing for the last 3 months. It's been all right.
I've been here the last month.
Well,
Well,
2 months then.
I mean, yeah, we've had our stuff, and we might be missing again.
All right.
For a patch. If
That's kind of what I expected, but all right.
if we do like disappear for a patch, I mean, is there anything you need or that you would like us to do in the meanwhile? I mean, obviously.
This is my town, Ulan. I'm fine here.
I know, but like I've never had like
You do your thing. I'll keep the place busy and clean.
That's good. I don't know if like we're supposed to do things or like I'm from a monastery. I don't, I just like you tell me that you need gold and I give you gold. That's.
And if you do, I keep the place nice, the bed sheets clean, and hot food when you come back. Everything else, don't need to worry about.
Okay. Cool. Alright. So good talk with the and keep up the good work. And I will walk awkwardly away.
Alright, boss. Whatever you say.
Okay.
So, are you guys planning to head to King's Arch? Is what I'm hearing. To look for a boat.
Yeah, I guess so.
Alright.
Is it like half a day to King's Arch or something?
It's like 6 hours.
So I guess we'll
We
prep.
can literally do a commute if we were.
Yeah, it's a
We'll
small
prep
commute.
Steve and
Steve's actually got his own little yard now. He can strut about.
our cart that we've.
Yeah. How's Steve taken to the cart?
Are you gonna take the big metal caravan one?
Is that too much for Steve?
No, it's not too much. It's a little too much for the environment, but yeah,
Well,
you guess you
it's
could.
like armor plated and stuff.
Yeah, because it was made for the underroads.
Well,
We'll,
there's
like,
literally
we'll have,
there's literally a even worse one. So they were even more armored. So.
That's true.
I'm sure like in Savant and Ulan we've blinged it up, like painted a logo and put some fancy carvings on it and stuff. It looks
I guess you could have. Sure.
Yes.
Added
So
some follow the
it's like it's got like advertising on the side, spinning rims.
our
my
attending
party
stone
edition.
number.
I've put one of the spare light stones underneath so that it like lights up blue underneath the car as we're going along.
Do you have? Yeah, I guess you could tint it.
Well, yeah, you've said before we're allowed to
Yeah.
change the colour of standing stones. Light stones, sorry.
We have a metal bumper sticker that says, "If you're this close to our cart, get ready for fireballs."
Wow.
And we have the family sticker in the back just depicting all of us.
It like the one that's the display picture for the campaign now.
Yeah.
We've just got that in the rear window. Yeah.
And on the side we have like illithid scratched off.
Yeah,
How many we've killed.
just like everything we've killed just crossed off, and like on the opposite side of it, it's just got painted in big letters. Your advert here.
Wow. Not broken compass.
Well, no, that's on one side. We've got broken compass in one place, but then there's like message Aulanu Lava for details.
All right. So, you all get in this new cart. Steve at the helm, ready to rove. Right? Yeah, rove's pretty good. And you head south.
As a comment,
Hmm.
if we're going to King's Arch and taking a boat, Steve is kind of gonna be stuck in King's Arch.
You had him there for a while last time, so it's not a huge problem. Last time he was in the King's Guild stable.
asked Haley to come get him and get him back.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I was gonna say we can
Yeah,
bring
I
Kaylee with
was-
us, and she can. Yeah.
Oh, did
Remember
you?
putting that money in the meter so we don't get parking tickets.
Oh, I totally know. Kellenvor guards are totally parking meters. We keep balance on the streets.
So that's the unexpected alternative path for a paladin in this game. You can be a meter maid.
Death to your cart.
Please,
Oh,
please,
oh,
it's a
oh,
traffic
oh.
warden.
Traffic warden, yeah.
You can spend one spell slot to cast Clamp Wheel.
That's pretty impressive. It's basically hold person, but for objects. It's
But
pretty
just
pretty
for a
strong.
wheel. Only wheels, not only circular objects.
Your channel divinity senses unpaid cards tickets.
Ooh, powerful.
Hey, you please or die.
So, as you ride south, that odd feeling that you all felt kind of in the dream still is there. As to the west, you can clearly see the black smog that covers most of the sea skyline.
You mean the east?
No, it's west.
Nope.
It's east. Front is east. Or
Oh,
west?
yeah, east. Wow. Wow.
It's not like left and right that.
Yeah.
So that it changes when we're facing the other way.
Yeah. It is to the left you are, yes.
Yeah.
And as you're traveling, you notice there's not a lot of carts moving anymore going along this road. And you're all familiar that this is pretty important traveling street. This goes up to North Reach. It goes up to Stag Wharf. A lot of carts go this way for traveling materials and such. But at this point in time, and it's not even midday at this point, there's very little travel. As you reach King's Arch, however, the city itself is still in flux. As you reach the main gate, there's several travellers and caravans parked outside with their wares. Inside, the actual capital itself is, as it's always been, there's a little bit more of a hum in the air and a lot more of a bustle and movement between the peoples. And it's a little bit louder. There's a little bit more sense of urgency from people.
Do we hear anything interesting while we are passing by?
Those that are in the cart, probably not. Those that are at the front of the carts,
Or on top in someone's
or on top, if you so desired, which is a terrible idea considering how bumpy things are. It is not as smooth as the underroads.
He's got his big pillow.
He
But
might have built something that made it possible.
two at the front, you can give me, or three at the front, whatever it is. You can give me perception checks. Yeah. To see what you hear.
I assume D's driving right now.
Yeah, Cern is driving.
Cern's driving. I'll be on the front in case we need to bow anything.
In King's Arch, yes.
Well, on the way to King's Arch, there might be bandits.
Not between North Ale and King's Arch, no.
Well, we have a very obnoxious cart. Like, we need to look out for bandits all the time.
Yeah. And Sarah, did you want to do one?
She's pure AFK.
Oh, is she? Okay. But yeah, I'd say Ulan especially. It's easy enough to pick up with some of the merchants themselves. There's a lot of hustle and bustle between them handing over goods. Almost, you would immediately think like they're selling illegal stuff, but they seem to just be very eagerly trying to get rid of goods as quickly as possible. And I think both of you would notice, at least, some of the shops that are usually open at this point are closed.
Oh, sorry, we're in King's Arch now. Sorry, I thought we were still on the road on the way. Right.
Oh, yeah, no, you're in King's
Okay.
Arch, yeah. And riding through, you notice more of this, Ulan, of this hustle and bustle of wanting to get things done, get out of the way now quickly. You also notice, as you guys are up front, there isn't really more troops, but they're more prominent, as you see guards being placed at certain points as checkpoints. And they're more decorated. Before they were very standard guards were in just very plain looking garb. Now they have their decorated, more ceremonial. It's very easily, Savant, you would easily spot this as a sign of wanting to show presence.
Yeah, I was going to say more
So-
rotation or
Yeah.
authoritative armor.
And you guys head towards the King's Guild and its attachment of other buildings.
As you guys go into King's Guild, I'm gonna visit the temple. I'm gonna meet you back with you. Well,
I
Yeah.
was actually also going to say, Savant is going to jump up and go to the blacksmith guild local near King's Arch.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Local
Alright.
headquarters.
And yeah, actually, as you guys go around the temple belt where Aaron would get off, in a similar fashion, the temples are definitely busier. Once again, in that same predicament, just after the craziness of what happened at the tournament stadium. There's definitely that same sense of people wanting clarity from whichever temple they can gain access to. But yeah, you guys get there without much issue, and you park it out back, and you head in, where the tavern structure itself, the hearth, which is always usually quite cozy with the fire, which is heats up the room quite nicely. Interior, as it always is, but with a very unhealthy lack of people. You look around and the tables are bare. There's maybe a mug on one of the tables. You don't even see Archie, the owner of the guild, present. It is very much a solitude environment, with just the crackle of the fireplace giving any semblance of sound. And there's a notice board still with the various jobs that people are doing, and that is also rammed with various pieces of paper. Most of them you immediately know, Ulan, are for jobs dealing with riffs. But you notice one quite recent piece of paper that's been put front and center. As a very large parchment that's been placed and kind of stamped onto the notice board.
Okay. What does it say?
Actually, so Ithmel's gone as well. Okay, so the three of you, four of you, three of you, the three of you, looking.
Four.
Uh,
Darren and Savannah.
The Savant's gone off.
Went to the guilds.
Oh, okay.
So it's three. The three of you looking at it, it's immediate that you can see the seal at the bottom, which is of the king himself in the crest of King's Arch itself. And looking on it, it looks like a decree of the entirety of the King's Guild itself to be set in motion and present for militarized action.
Okay.
And make themselves present at the Citadel for orienteering and assigning.
Okay.
And at the bottom is signed Thaldrin. Viscount Thaldrin.
Technically, that's the three of us. Because we're the three.
Technically, yes, you are the three that have also been given. Yeah, that's just perfect.
I guess we need to hang on until D's back because we can't really decide anything about.
Fair enough.
Do we want to cut this one?
Yeah, you guys just sit there looking at this message, just kind of shocked. But while that's happening, Ithamore, yeah, totally. Are you going to the temple or are you going to the actual pyramid?
The temple.
Okay, the temple. Yeah, you can totally go there, and there's definitely a good cluster of people all making prayers and donations as well. Several bow to you as you enter, as well as some of the clerics that are assisting. It's very lively for a temple of death, which is odd. You've always known it to have quite a somber feel to it, even during the Day of Dead. It's never been this lively, this much, I guess you would say, passion and need for attention, I guess, as everyone seems very not so much scared but apprehensive of the current situation. But they take your donation gratefully. And you can see on the clerics, even they seem slightly confused. And Aaron, as you go to your temple of Suni, you receive a similar reception as well. Dozens of people. And rather than it being full of energy, it's almost the opposite. It's a lack of energy. That people are asking for reinvigoration. That their own apprehensiveness is stalling them. The clerics themselves, again, similar fashion, seem confused to the whole thing as well, and do you go to talk to any of them, or you just
If they seem a bit overwhelmed with the amount of people they have to like tend to, I'll help out.
okay? You would notice your regular friends and acquaintances, Niles, Monica, and oh gosh, which one's the third one?
Naomi?
Naomi, thank you. Yes, the three of them who also seem to be helping, who also have the same facial expression, even though they clearly show their clientele, their forward-facing personality. You can tell they're psych up with them.
You're worried.
They're definitely worried about something. And I think Niles would kind of pull you to one side and tell you the people have heard about some of the recent rumours, and worst of all, they've seen the brass action of the creation of military, which hasn't been done in, well, decades. The King's Guild's been put into action. It's been some type of decree. Worst of all, none of us have really heard from Suni in a long time. And by long, I mean several days. It's...
Wow, okay. Then I'll go, like, just tell them to not worry, just be, everything will be okay. But I'll go to the main temple and try. Main, like, probably off limits to people. Try to.
The inner sanctum.
Yeah.
You can sit there and pray for a bit. As Savant, you head to the west side of King's Arch, the merchant district, which is then attached to the crafting district, the blacksmithings, the woodcrafts. And where are you heading?
To King's Arch, like blacksmith, like those guys' main guild hall, if you say so.
There's no main hall. Everyone has their own independent.
Okay, I will go to either the Tinkers or a blacksmith. I'm basically part of both.
Okay, so you're going for more of the merchants. The merchant.
Yes, they would know, and probably the blacksmith first.
The trading rooms. Okay, yeah. It isn't too hard to find. The at this point the busiest.
Yes. So, is there an information desk, or is it just like a ramble of people speaking?
No, there definitely is. What would you ask them for?
If there in any incoming transportation of metals from God, what's the name of the island? Where are we going? Or exporting there? As I'm trying to get some metals are hard.
You're talking about Krond, right?
Yes, Krond.
Yes. I was like, how did you forget? But yeah.
Or Carium. I'm trying to get a big load of Carium for the incoming war that seems to be happening.
Or a Calcum. She tells you. She kind of gives you a strange look. Like, have you not been listening to the recent... Well...
I've been doing a lot of trading in Griffin.
Well, after the Concord got nullified, trading between Krond has become minimalistic. Any orichalcum has really been coming from Griffin. If you're after specific sources from Krond, you would have to speak to one of their representatives, and all of them have left several weeks ago.
This is very bad, as before I left to get back to King's Arch, I set up a trading business with them. So I need to then get in hold of them. Do you know of any boats that would go in that direction for diplomatic actions or anything? We need to get through this paid to have business go through.
Unfortunately, it is now under no jurisdiction from any guilds. They are no longer a friendly party. The East Oceans are now no longer friendly to Valesian ships.
Do we have any information of any Griffin ships coming through to Kingshot and then going through?
It is possible, but we don't have direct information of any ships of Griffin. They carry their own documentation.
Right.
You would have to be in Dogma to get any information along those lines, or one of their other ports.
Thank you for the help. It seems like some hard time is going to go through with the metallurgy business.
And that's only the half of it, yes.
I give a small bow and leave a gold coin on the table for information.
Alright. Is D back?
Yep.
Ah. So, D, as you were away for a little bit, I'll remind you and the other two. You went to the King's Guild, which was completely vacant of pretty much anyone. And then you saw on the notice board where usually there's jobs, and you've picked up several about the rifts issue. There is a single parchment that's been put front and center on the front of it, with a seal of the king himself, reading a declaration of the armament of the King's Guild for militaristic actions, and they are to be present at the Citadel for assignment. And it has been signed by the Viscount himself. And the three of you who happen to be the three that are actually assigned to the King's Guild are now trying to figure out what to do.
Technically, that applies to us, Saren, but we're on our way somewhere else. Do we go and find out what's going on and risk the chance of them assigning us to do something that stops us from going, or do we just hop on a boat and pretend we never saw the sign?
I'm not comfortable just ignoring the missive, but I think we have to for now. I think we need to get to Kron, figure out what's going on, and then report to the Citadel.
Aye.
Because as one with former military experience, I'm going to get assigned somewhere, and I won't be able to leave. At least that's my thought, so.
Aye. And
It's-
and I imagine the three of us will get assigned to different places.
Probably.
Serafina?
Not sure. Would like to know what's going on, but as you say, to be signed up for something is not ideal since we are actually leaving. But
Yeah.
then
Alright, so Ulan will reach into his pocket and he will pull out his sending compass and flip it open like Captain Kirk. And be like, guys, we're gonna need to find somewhere to meet up. There's stuff going on at the King's Guild and we need to put our heads together and figure out how we're getting off this continent.
And then you hear a voice coming from the front door. Leaving the continent? How interesting.
Who is it?
A woman none of you have ever seen before. A human with short black hair, in a very neat and proper blouse and trousers. Nothing fancy, but a half cape covering one
Anything indicating rank?
arm. That you can immediately see.
Yeah.
Give me a perception check.
Or anything indicating affiliation, even.
From what you can see immediately, no. Let's see what Siren spots there.
That one. Okay.
No.
Nothing.
No. She seems relatively normal. If anything, maybe a high merchant, maybe nobility, but nothing huge. She doesn't even have much in the way of jewelry. She has, what you can tell, some earrings, quite nice, gold, and some rings on the hand that is visible. The other one is covered by the cloak. And she's kind of just one arm on the door arch. Tell me more.
Well, yeah, we've just got pressing business on Crond. We were hoping the King's Guild might be able to help us get there, but it seems like they're a wee bit busy.
You said the magic word. What business do you have in Crond? The dangerous Isle of Orcs.
It's
The erupting
bit
of an
a long
earth
story.
of a volcano.
Who are
Dragonborn.
you?
Monk. Possibly from one of the monasteries. Blue. Halfling. Wizard. Definitely. Arcanum College. Dwarf. Blonde hair. Excessive axe. Ulana Lava, Seraphina Weatherby, and Saren. Doesn't like using her last name.
And who are you?
I guess names should be given. Demiria. I deal in information.
Right.
And I've had a great lack of information recently.
As of we.
Isn't everybody?
Our trip to Crond involves obtaining information.
And you would go against the decree?
I'm not aware of any decree. Are you, sorry?
What?
Yep, no, we haven't seen any decrees.
She just raises an eyebrow. I can use people like that. You were talking to someone.
I presume you can figure out who.
I imagine it would be the other members of your group, the ones that you used to help with. Well, I'm sure you would have won the tournament, but assisted in taking down Wolftide, I believe.
In part, aye.
And then you all disappeared to Griffin for a whole month before returning.
I don't recommend it.
You may have missed the part where we helped save the city. You're welcome, by the way.
Oh no, I heard all about that. Well done, by the way. The whole issue in the old town is, well, was quite something.
Point being, if we need to get to Crond, it's probably quite important.
And you also want to do it quite quietly, I imagine.
Quiet isn't essential, but quick is.
Oh no, quiet would be very essential. Considering the matter of, well, this stalemate that we're currently in.
Aye.
And we don't want people to know that members of the King's Guild left without orders.
Well, if the King's Guild was that keen on giving an assignment, we're not exactly that far away.
Krond is quite secluded.
They have methods of reaching us they haven't used until now.
I would have loved to use that method for some of my people, but we don't always have that luxury. She kind of strokes her chin, kind of plays with the hair a little. How many are there of you? 6, is it? Or is it 5 now?
It's 6.
Oh. You picked up someone from Berlin. Handy.
From Griffin, I think you mean.
From Griffin. Of course. Well, how about receiving orders from somewhere a little higher up?
Higher up than the King's Guild.
I'm missing a person. Well, several people, but most recently one that was supposed to be in Krond, investigating this whole situation. You see, after the tournament, the ambassador had left some unpleasant words of what is happening over there. And with the recent eruption, or soon-to-be eruption, the events in Krond could play a very important aspect in the rest of Terra, particularly this empire.
Well,
and I believe you don't want to be here for the preparations for the so-called conflict.
our concerns are a might bit more big picture than a conflict between Berlin and an opposing nation.
I imagine you're talking about the rifts.
Aye.
And I imagine probably the individuals who left in such a hurry afterwards. I believe one of them was a mage from Meadowside. Yes, I know quite a bit of information. I told you. It's part of my business.
And yet you're not aware of why we were mysteriously on Griffin.
Griffin's not really my area of expertise.
Right.
Dwarves don't really like individuals that I use in their premise.
Alright. Well, suffice it to say, these rifts are a big problem. And they're not the benign inconvenience that they've been treated as in Berlin so far.
That's because no one's told them anything more. And they shouldn't have to at this point. Anymore, and the people would actually start getting worried.
Sorry to interrupt, but surely we would have told them something more. Like we would have told the King's Guild what's going on.
Have you?
Yeah,
we
we
didn't
were...
mention the book because the table asked us not to.
Yeah, we didn't mention the book, but we did
But-
mention the rifts being a problem because that's
And
why
what
we were
was trying
seeking
to
out.
come through, yeah.
Yeah, so we
Oh, yeah.
spoken to Ozma and like the.
Yeah, the rifts are a problem. Well,
They ignored it, didn't they?
Rifts are always a problem, but they are not a physical problem that people can deal with. People like things that they can deal with. And giving them worries about things that are in the sky that could happen is not something people want. Especially,
Things that have happened, and we'll tend to spew things out at them, but okay, fine.
well, let's give this as an example. People have already heard rumours that there might be war, and look what's happened already. Chaos is always starting to ensue. We don't want worse things happening.
There is almost certainly a war
It's
coming,
already,
but
yeah.
it's not the one that they're preparing for, that people should be worried about.
Yes, yes. Let's deal with one thing at a time, shall we? You said you want to go to Kront. I can find you a way to get to Kront. You find my investigator. Maybe they can help you find what's happening there and more.
Does this investigator have a name?
They would.
That was a rhetorical question. You were supposed to provide the name in response.
You didn't give an answer. I don't hand
not
out contact
inclined
information.
To agree to retrieve a person without being aware of who the person is.
That's not how things work. They work for me, and I work for the big man.
You, as in the king. Or are you referring to a different big man?
I do like you people. You can connect things. Yes.
Alright, important question. Right, this operative of yours that's in Kron, the name's not Larkin, right?
No.
Just as long as we're clear on that front. Alright. I cannot speak for the entirety of the Broken Compass, but if you have somebody in Krond that needs retrieving, and in exchange for doing so you can get me to Krond, then you have my assistance in this matter.
Ah, see? Not too hard. Well,
And mine.
Oh, come on, D, you missed the opportunity. I was setting you up for you have my axe.
I just did say that. Nobody heard me.
You might be muted then.
Oh, God damn it, I must have been. Fuck, it was perfectly timed, too.
Cut, go again.
We'll fix it in post.
well, that's all wonderful. The person you're looking for is human, female. Her name is Eladwin.
Eladwin.
Easy enough. You should find her probably, hopefully alive, in one of their more neutral villages they have, if they're still there. We haven't had any contact for the last 2 months, so we're not sure.
Do you have anything more specific than a name and species?
How specific would you want? Colour? Hair colour? Weapon she uses?
Any, like, you're somebody who trades in information. The more information, the better. I'm sure you
Well,
appreciate.
Her hair is red. I'm not sure if she's going to dye it while she's there or not.
She's a redhead, you say?
She may have cut it. It has been long enough. She may be using paint at this point to try and blend in.
How about skill set?
What you will see,
Specific set of skills.
she stands equal with most of my investigators with a blade.
Alright. Any
She-
magical ability?
No.
Okay. And her intention is to investigate what? The situation in Kron, their disposition towards Griffin? What is it that...
The disposition in total. It seems the ambassador that previously was here had urgency in returning as well. It seems they have their own matters, which is not as equivalent to the ones we've been having recently, but of a similar situation. She's also probably investigating that volcano at this point, so probably discussing with the monastery that's supposed to be in its vicinity.
Alright. That seems like a decent place to start.
Wonderful.
And so how exactly are you going to get us to Crond?
Well, boats are very obvious. A little too obvious. And I'm not sure how they're on their end, but I'm sure they'll be watching the waters as well. However, they won't be watching the north. There's a specific set of islands that connect each other. Not well known, but within the scouting tides, it was once a old ruin, or set of ruins, connected from archways. I believe they're still active.
Wait, sorry, connected by archways, as in, like, magical
Gates.
doorways?
Yes. You will head up that way towards slightly further than Percival's Rest, right on the pinnacle of the continent. There you'll find them, at least the first one. They'll take you across, and you'll maybe sense some sickness along the way, but you'll make it there quick enough and unseen across onto Crond. There, I hope you will find your way across and deal with any problems you come across. Get my investigator, bring her back safely, and if you can, sort any problems out before they come to Villain. That would be pleasant.
Alright.
Alright. That was quite straightforward then. Now, you should probably all gather yourselves somewhere, and may want to hide those, and she points at your pauldrons. Don't want people knowing you're one of those.
Yeah. I guess, yeah, then I'll take it up and put his in his bag of holding.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that is the same.
It takes Saren a minute, but she'll do it as well.
Perfect. You strange adventurers that I've never seen before, entering into the King's Guild Tavern. You shouldn't be here. I think you should leave.
We'll be in touch.
I do hope so. Have fun. Toodaloo. And she swishes her cloak and walks out the door.
Well, fuck. This just keeps getting more complicated, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So, you guys gonna head off and grab everyone else?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright. I'll say for brevity's sake, you guys managed to regroup. Where are you guys gonna regroup?
The only place in the city that we know is definitely has like a friendly disposition towards us is probably the Sunni temple.
Or you could go outside the city into the lower town.
I mean, yeah, we could, but that's hard to pick a specific site to go to.
Well, you know
I
several
completely-
taverns.
I know some taverns, but the others don't. So it's like, meet me at a tavern that you don't know where it is.
Oh, there's definitely one place you will know.
Well, we
Well,
can
yeah.
also hide in our cart that is literally a secure box.
That's parked outside the King's Guild. That's not really
Outside.
super subtle. Yeah, it's parked out the back, right?
Yeah.
Okay, never mind that.
Who was it that was making a reluctant noise when I suggested the Sunni temple?
I don't.
Why?
Well, I don't know how well our faces is known. So there's that.
Well, yeah, but it's a difference between our, like, just how secret are we going to be?
We can go to a favorite magic shop.
Like, are you suspecting that the Sunni temple's going to turn us in?
There's a lot of people around the place, as Abby told,
Like, guards and
which
stuff?
we don't know. There's a lot of people running in and out for the asking how it will go.
Yeah, remember, I still have a room there, though.
Yeah, so, yeah,
So-
you've lost me. Sorry, who's running in and out of what?
A lot of people,
What people?
you know, population.
Yeah, but it's like, why is that a problem? That's going to be a problem wherever we go.
So
It's not like your faces are on billboards like wanted posture.
well, we did kind of save people in the whatever.
Yeah, but people
That's
don't
cool.
know. People don't know our faces.
Yeah, it's
This
not
is
like they,
this isn't the 21st century. It's not like there's Twitter or anything.
yeah, or it's not like they took photos in the paper.
Yeah, at best it's like a sketch of us. It's not like they've commissioned a painting or people have met us in person.
And sketches will never catch my true beauty.
Yeah, that's so. You guys are gonna head to the Sunni temple and hide in Aaron's room for the time being.
I guess, yeah.
Okay, yeah, you can do that. And we'll take a break here. Actually, yeah, we will.